Across the boundless, sun-drenched landscapes of Africa, a timeless drama unfolds with every dawn. Here, the land is a living mosaic. Golden savannas stretch to the horizon, dense jungles pulse with hidden life, and arid deserts shimmer under the relentless sun. Each environment is a unique stage, sculpted by millennia of evolution, where survival is both an art and a science. In this intricate web, every creature, no matter how small or large, plays a vital role. Life here is a perpetual negotiation, a delicate balance between predator and prey, where the rules are written in the very DNA of each inhabitant. The air vibrates with anticipation, as every movement, every glance, is a calculation for survival. This is not a world of cruelty, but of necessity. The drive to survive and pass on one's lineage is the silent force that shapes every action, every adaptation. Each animal is a masterpiece of evolution, equipped with a unique arsenal: speed, strength, camouflage, venom, and intelligence, each a key to unlocking the puzzle of life. Among these evolutionary marvels, two stand out for their extraordinary adaptations: the Serval and the king cobra. The Serval, a feline sculpted for the tall grasses, is a symphony of agility and precision. Its long legs and oversized ears are not mere quirks. They are the tools of a specialist, designed to detect the faintest rustle of a rodent or the subtle movement of a bird hidden in the undergrowth. The Serval's world is one of silence and sudden motion. It moves with ghost-like grace, its coat dappled with spots and stripes that break up its outline in the shifting light. Every hunt is a test of patience and explosive power. A single leap can send it soaring over a meter into the air, pinning down prey with surgical accuracy. Yet the Serval is not alone in this arena. Slithering through the shadows, the king cobra commands a different kind of respect. The world's longest venomous snake, it glides with regal confidence, its scales glinting in the dappled light of the forest edge or the tangled undergrowth of the savanna. The king cobra's senses are finely tuned to the vibrations of the earth and the scent of potential prey. It is both hunter and guardian, fiercely territorial, and capable of delivering a venomous strike with astonishing speed. Its venom is a complex cocktail, evolved not just to kill, but to subdue swiftly, minimizing the risk of injury in a world where every wound can be fatal. The Serval and the king cobra are both products of relentless ecological pressure. The Serval's tall, slender frame allows it to see above the grass, while its acute hearing pinpoints the faintest squeak. The king cobra, meanwhile, relies on stealth and chemical detection, its forked tongue sampling the air for the invisible trails left by its quarry. Their lives rarely intersect, yet both are bound by the same unyielding laws. Every day is a gauntlet of challenges: finding food, avoiding larger predators, and defending territory. The Serval must outwit hyenas and leopards, while the king cobra must evade birds of prey and rival snakes. Their strategies are as diverse as the landscapes they inhabit. The Serval's solitary hunts are lessons in patience and precision, while the king cobra's dominance is asserted through displays of size and venomous prowess. Both are shaped by the relentless push and pull of the ecosystem, their every move a response to the pressures of survival. Survival is not just an individual pursuit, it is a legacy. The Serval passes down its hunting techniques through careful observation and mimicry, while the king cobra guards its eggs with unwavering vigilance, ensuring the next generation has a fighting chance. Each new life is a testament to the resilience and ingenuity of its species. The Serval's kittens learn through play, perfecting the skills they will need to survive. The king cobra's hatchlings, born with venom and instinct, must navigate a world fraught with danger from their very first breath. As dusk falls, the savanna and forest come alive with possibility and peril. The Serval listens for the faintest sound, ready to spring into action. The king cobra glides silently, a shadow among shadows, ever alert to opportunity and threat alike. In this grand stage of survival, there are no guarantees, only the relentless drive to adapt, endure, and thrive. The Serval and the King Cobra, each in their own way, embody the spirit of Africa's wild heart, resourceful, resilient, and endlessly fascinating. Their stories are woven into the fabric of the ecosystem, each encounter, each adaptation, a chapter in the ongoing saga of life. In the African wild, every day is a test, and every survivor is a champion, living proof that in the face of adversity, nature's creativity knows no bounds. Across the vast, sun-drenched grasslands of sub-Saharan Africa, where the horizon stretches endlessly and the tall grass ripples in the wind, a remarkable predator moves with silent purpose. This is the Serval, an elusive feline whose entire existence is a masterclass in adaptation and precision. With a slender, elongated body and legs that seem almost too long for its frame, the Serval is built for both stealth and agility. Its movements are fluid, each step calculated to avoid detection by both prey and predator. The Serval's most iconic feature is its oversized radar-like ears. These can rotate independently, allowing the cat to triangulate the faintest sounds, whether it's the soft scuttle of a beetle, the distant chirp of a cricket, or the nearly inaudible rustle of a rodent beneath the earth. This acute sense of hearing is so refined that the Serval can detect the ultrasonic squeaks of mice and the subtle vibrations of burrowing moles, giving it a sensory advantage unmatched by most other predators in its ecosystem. Before making a move, the Serval pauses, its body tensed and eyes narrowed, building a mental map of its prey's exact location. This three-dimensional awareness is the foundation of its hunting prowess. Unlike many predators that rely on speed or brute force, the Serval's approach is one of patience and finesse. It stalks with its body low, muscles coiled, and tail held steady to avoid betraying its presence. When the moment is right, the Serval's entire body becomes a spring, ready to unleash a burst of energy. Its coat, dappled with black spots and stripes, provides perfect camouflage among the shifting patterns of sunlight and shadow, allowing it to vanish into the landscape as it closes in on its quarry. The Serval can remain absolutely motionless for minutes at a time, its gaze fixed, every muscle primed for action. Then in a split second it explodes upward in a vertical leap that can reach over 3 meters, an astonishing feat for an animal of its size. This vertical pounce is not just for show. It is a highly effective technique for ambushing prey hidden deep within the grass or even beneath the soil's surface. The Serval's long, flexible toes and sharp, retractable claws allow it to pin down even the most elusive rodents, frogs, or insects, ensuring that few escape its grasp. Its leaping ability is equally useful for hunting birds. The Serval can launch itself into the air to intercept birds as they take flight, a rare skill among terrestrial predators. With lightning-fast reflexes, it can snatch a bird mid-air, using its forepaws to swat and grab with astonishing accuracy. The Serval often targets flocks of guinea fowl or francolines, waiting for the chaos of takeoff before leaping into the fray, sometimes catching more than one bird in a single hunt. Its hunting success rate is among the highest of any African predator, often exceeding 50%, a testament to its finely honed skills and adaptations. Every aspect of the Serval's anatomy is tailored for this acrobatic lifestyle. Its long legs not only provide leverage for high jumps, but also allow it to peer over the grass, scanning for movement. Elevated posture gives it a visual advantage, helping it spot both prey and potential threats from a distance. Its slender, flexible body allows it to weave effortlessly through dense vegetation, minimizing noise and maximizing stealth. The Serval's claws are razor-sharp and highly dexterous, capable of gripping slippery frogs, wriggling rodents, or even fish from shallow pools. Solitude defines the Serval's existence. It is a solitary hunter, patrolling vast territories that can span up to 30 square kilometers, each step a silent assertion of its dominance. To maintain these boundaries, The serval uses scent marking, rubbing its face or spraying urine on grass and bushes, leaving invisible messages for rivals. Despite its prowess, the serval is not invincible. It must remain vigilant as larger predators like leopards, hyenas, and even large birds of prey pose constant threats. Its acute senses and rapid reflexes are its best defense, allowing it to evade danger with split-second decisions. The serval's daily life is a delicate balance of hunting, avoiding danger, and maintaining its territory. A solitary dance of survival in a landscape teeming with competition. In every leap, every silent step, and every calculated pause, the serval embodies the essence of evolutionary perfection, a silent, acrobatic hunter, seamlessly woven into the fabric of Africa's wild heart. Deep within the tangled forests and sweeping grasslands of Asia, a singular predator moves with silent authority. Here, among the roots and shadows, the king cobra reigns, its presence a blend of raw power, refined intelligence, and a venomous arsenal unmatched in the reptile world. The king cobra is the world's longest venomous snake, with some individuals stretching to an astonishing 18 feet. Its muscular body glides effortlessly through undergrowth, each scale a testament to evolutionary perfection. This immense size is not just for show, it allows the king cobra to subdue large, agile prey and to intimidate rivals without a sound. Unlike most snakes, the king cobra is an obligate ophiophagus, a specialist in hunting and consuming other snakes. Its diet includes both non-venomous and venomous species, such as kraits and other cobras. This unique predatory niche reduces competition and positions the king cobra as a regulator of snake populations, maintaining ecological balance in its territory. As a top-tier predator, the king cobra exerts a powerful influence on the ecosystem. By preying on other snakes, it helps control the spread of both venomous and non-venomous species, indirectly shaping the populations of their prey as well. The king cobra's venom is a sophisticated neurotoxin composed of a complex blend of proteins and enzymes. When injected, it rapidly disrupts the victim's nervous system, causing paralysis and respiratory failure. The venom also contains unique components that break down tissue, aiding in digestion even before the prey is swallowed. A single bite can deliver up to 7 milliliters of venom, enough to kill an elephant or 20 adult humans. Yet, the king cobra is judicious with its venom, reserving it for hunting rather than defense, a testament to its evolutionary efficiency. When threatened, the king cobra's display is unmistakable. It lifts the front third of its body high off the ground, flares its iconic hood, and emits a deep, resonant hiss. This sound, more akin to a growl, is produced by rapidly exhaling air through its trachea, a warning that echoes through the forest understory. This display is a calculated deterrent, designed to avoid unnecessary conflict. The king cobra prefers to conserve its venom, relying on intimidation and its imposing stature to resolve encounters without violence. If given the chance, it will retreat, melting back into the undergrowth, its camouflage blending seamlessly with the dappled light and leaf litter. Unlike ambush predators, the king cobra is an active forager. It patrols vast territories, sometimes covering several kilometers in search of prey, guided by a keen sense of smell and acute vision. Its forked tongue samples chemical cues from the air, relaying information to the Jacobson's organ in the roof of its mouth. This allows the king cobra to track even the faintest scent trails left by other snakes, making it a relentless and precise hunter. When it locates its quarry, the king cobra's speed and agility come into play. It can pursue prey over uneven terrain, using bursts of acceleration and sudden changes in direction to outmaneuver even the most elusive snakes. The strike is swift and precise. The king cobra bites and holds, injecting venom while using its powerful body to subdue struggling prey. Unlike constrictors, it relies on venom and brute strength rather than suffocation. Remarkably, the king cobra demonstrates a level of discernment rare among reptiles. It can distinguish between harmless and dangerous snakes, sometimes avoiding highly toxic species or altering its approach based on the threat level of its prey. This cognitive ability is supported by a relatively large brain for a snake, enabling complex behaviors such as problem-solving, memory, and even learning from past encounters. The king cobra's sophistication extends to its reproductive strategy. The female is the only snake known to construct a nest, using her coils and snout to gather and pile leaves into a mound. She meticulously arranges the nest, ensuring optimal insulation and humidity for her eggs. This behavior is a rare example of parental investment among reptiles. Once the eggs are laid, she remains coiled atop the mound, fiercely protective, deterring would-be predators with her size and venomous threat. This vigilance can last for weeks until the hatchlings emerge. Such maternal care is virtually unheard of in the snake world, highlighting the king cobra's unique place among reptiles. The king cobra is more than a symbol of danger. It is a keystone species, a masterful hunter, and a devoted guardian of its young. Its presence shapes the ecosystem, its biology a marvel of adaptation and intelligence, truly the undisputed royalty of the serpent world. On the vast, sun-drenched plains of Africa, a rare and electrifying encounter unfolds. A serval, the embodiment of feline agility, faces off against a king cobra, a master of venomous precision. The serval, with its elongated limbs and oversized ears, is built for speed and acute awareness. Every muscle fiber is tuned for explosive acceleration, allowing it to cover ground in a blur, its senses locked onto the slightest movement. Opposite, the king cobra coils with deliberate patience, its hood flared in a silent warning. This serpent is a living arsenal, its venom capable of shutting down the nervous system of even the most formidable adversaries. While the black mamba is Africa's notorious native, the king cobra's presence here is a testament to the universal language of predation, venom and speed, each a pinnacle of evolutionary design. The air crackles with tension as these two specialists size each other up. The serval's golden coat ripples with anticipation, while the cobra's scales glint in the morning light, every movement calculated and deliberate. This is not a reckless skirmish, but a chess match played at lightning speed, a contest where a single miscalculation spells disaster. The king cobra's strategy is singular: conserve energy, wait for the perfect moment, and strike with surgical precision. Its venom is not just a weapon, but a final argument in the language of survival. A single, well-placed bite can end the contest in seconds, the neurotoxins racing through the serval's body, paralyzing and ultimately silencing its speed. The serval, acutely aware of this threat, never commits fully. Instead, it feints, recoils, and circles, its every move a study in controlled risk. Should the cobra's fangs find their mark, the serval's fate is sealed, its nervous system overwhelmed, its legendary speed rendered useless. The snake's patience is its shield. It remains motionless, blending seamlessly with the grass, waiting for the serval to make the first mistake. Its tongue flicks, sampling the air, reading the serval's intentions with every subtle vibration. The serval, meanwhile, circles with feline grace, analyzing the snake's posture, searching for a lapse in its defense. Its body coils, ready to spring, every muscle tensed for a sudden burst of movement. The serval's greatest asset is its speed. Capable of leaping over 2 meters in a single bound, it can evade even the fastest strike. It never approaches head-on, instead darting to the side, always keeping the snake's head in view. The serval's movements are unpredictable. Zigzagging, feinting, and doubling back, it forces the cobra to constantly readjust. It maintains a razor-thin margin, always just outside the cobra's striking range, never giving the serpent a clear shot. The serval's long legs provide a crucial advantage, allowing it to tower over the snake and react to the slightest twitch. Its keen eyes track the cobra's head, anticipating the direction and timing of each potential strike. With blinding speed, the Serval lashes out, its paws delivering sharp, stunning blows aimed at the snake's head and neck. Each strike is a calculated risk, designed to confuse and wear down the Cobra, forcing it to expend precious energy on missed attacks. The Serval's paw hovers, ready to strike or retreat, the tension between predator and prey palpable in the air. Every approach is measured, every retreat a narrow escape from the Cobra's lethal reach. The Serval's relentless harassment begins to take its toll. The Cobra, forced to strike again and again, starts to tire. Its strikes become less precise, its movements slower, as the Serval's strategy of attrition pays off. This is a battle of minds as much as bodies, each animal reading the other, searching for weakness, testing resolve. The Serval's feints force the Cobra to reposition, breaking its defensive rhythm and opening fleeting windows of vulnerability. Occasionally, the Serval leaps high, forcing the Cobra to track a target above its natural plane of attack, a challenge for a predator evolved for ground-level combat. The Cobra's head rises, but its strike is less certain, its aim compromised by the Serval's vertical agility. The snake's terrestrial design is tested to its limits, its body twisting awkwardly to keep up with the Serval's unpredictable maneuvers. Sensing fatigue, the Serval intensifies its assault, delivering a flurry of rapid strikes to the Cobra's vulnerable head and spine. Its claws rake across scales, aiming to stun, injure, and ultimately incapacitate the Serpent. The Cobra recoils, dazed and disoriented, its legendary composure slipping as the Serval presses its advantage. Injured and confused, the snake's ability to counterattack diminishes with every passing moment. Yet the Serval remains cautious, never overcommitting, always prepared to retreat at the first sign of renewed danger. Its body is a coiled spring, ready to launch away from a sudden strike, survival instincts honed by generations of predatory encounters. The climax of this duel is a moment suspended in time, both animals poised, the outcome balanced on a knife's edge. If the Cobra lands its bite, the Serval's fate is sealed, its speed no match for the relentless advance of Venom. The King Cobra's victory is swift and absolute, its venom the final arbiter. But if the Serval's speed and relentless pressure prevail, if it can exhaust, confuse, and injure the Cobra without succumbing to a single mistake, the Serval will emerge victorious, its persistence rewarded with a hard-earned meal. In the aftermath, the Serval stands over its defeated foe, the Savanna silent witness to the triumph of speed over venom. This encounter is a vivid illustration of nature's unforgiving balance, a razor-thin margin between life and death, where only the most finely tuned strategies endure. Here, two evolutionary masterpieces collide, the patient, lethal power of venom, and the explosive, unpredictable force of speed. Each has carved a unique path through the wild, their encounter a testament to the diversity and ingenuity of life on the African plains. In this ancient landscape, both speed and venom have earned their place, each a champion in the endless dance of survival. In the sun-scorched scrublands and arid expanses of Africa and the Middle East, a master of survival stalks the shadows, an elusive feline whose every movement is a testament to adaptation and instinct. This is the caracal, a feline sculpted by the relentless demands of the desert. Its sleek reddish-gold coat blends seamlessly with the parched earth and sun-bleached grasses, providing near-invisible camouflage as it glides through its territory. The caracal's body is compact, yet powerfully built, with sinewy muscles rippling beneath its fur, ready to unleash explosive energy at a moment's notice. The caracal's signature black-tufted ears are more than a striking feature. They are highly sensitive instruments capable of swiveling independently to capture the faintest rustle of movement. These tufts may help break up the outline of the ears, but more importantly, they funnel and amplify sound, allowing the caracal to detect the subtle scurry of a rodent beneath the sand or the flutter of wings overhead. In a world where prey is scarce and often hidden, the caracal's patience is legendary. It moves with calculated precision, pressing its body low to the ground, every muscle tensed for the perfect moment to strike. Its eyes, large and golden, are adapted for both day and night vision, giving it an edge in the shifting light of dawn, dusk, and moonlit nights. The caracal's leaping ability is nothing short of astonishing. With a single coiled burst from its powerful hind legs, it can launch itself over 3 meters into the air, snatching birds from the sky in a blur of motion. This vertical prowess is a vital adaptation, allowing it to exploit a food source that many other predators cannot reach. Throughout history, the caracal's aerial hunting skills have been admired and even mythologized. In the wild, it targets flocks of birds as they take flight, timing its leap with uncanny precision to intercept its quarry mid-air, a feat that demands both raw power and split-second calculation. Yet the caracal is not a specialist. It is a consummate opportunist. Its diet spans the full spectrum of desert life, from nimble rodents darting between rocks to hyraxes sunning themselves on boulders to the occasional small antelope. The caracal's jaws are strong enough to dispatch prey quickly, minimizing the risk of injury in a landscape where every wound could be fatal. Its hindquarters are a marvel of natural engineering, built for sudden acceleration and high-speed chases over short distances. The caracal can go from stillness to a full sprint in a heartbeat, closing the gap between itself and its prey before the chase even truly begins. When faced with a venomous adversary, such as a cobra, the caracal's tactics are a blend of caution and audacity. It never rushes in blindly. Instead, it circles its opponent, reading every movement, every subtle shift in the snake's coils. The caracal's reflexes are honed to a razor's edge. It dodges strikes with balletic agility, its body twisting and springing away from danger in a display of pure athleticism. With lightning-fast swipes of its paws, the caracal delivers a barrage of blows, each one calculated to disorient and exhaust the snake, keeping the deadly fangs at bay. The goal is to wear down the snake's defenses, to daze and immobilize it before it can mount a counterattack. The caracal's strategy is relentless, a test of endurance and nerve. Each encounter is a high-stakes duel, but the caracal's persistence and precision usually tip the balance. Its strikes are measured, never wasteful, conserving energy in a land where every calorie counts. When the moment is right, the caracal delivers a decisive bite to the snake's head, ending the threat with clinical efficiency. This is survival distilled to its purest form. The caracal's resilience is the stuff of legend. It is a creature that endures where others falter, thriving in a world of extremes. Water is a rare luxury in the desert, but the caracal has evolved to need little of it. It draws almost all the moisture it requires from the flesh and blood of its prey, a vital adaptation for survival in a parched world. During the hottest hours, the caracal seeks refuge in the scant shade of rocks or low shrubs, its body temperature regulated by efficient cooling mechanisms and a low metabolic rate during rest. As dusk falls, the caracal becomes a phantom, slipping through the darkness with silent paws. Its nocturnal habits help it avoid both the searing heat and the gaze of larger predators, maximizing its chances of survival. Every aspect of the caracal's existence is shaped by its environment. Its senses are sharpened, its body honed, its mind attuned to the rhythms of the desert. It is a predator that embodies both elegance and efficiency, a silent shadow that moves with purpose and poise. In the harshest corners of the wild, the caracal reigns as a symbol of adaptability and tenacity, a swift, solitary assassin whose mastery of survival is matched only by its grace. Across the vast, sun-drenched savannas and dappled woodlands of sub-Saharan Africa, a remarkable predator moves with purpose and unity, the African wild dog. Known scientifically as this species is not only one of Africa's most efficient hunters, but also one of its most enigmatic and endangered. Sometimes called the painted wolf, each wild dog is adorned with a patchwork of black, yellow, and white fur, No two individuals share the same pattern, making every member instantly recognizable to its pack. Unlike solitary hunters, such as the caracal or serval, African wild dogs are the ultimate team players. Their entire existence revolves around the pack, a close-knit, highly cooperative family unit that can number from just a handful to over 20 individuals. Social bonds are cemented through constant physical contact, nuzzling, grooming, and even synchronized yawning. At the heart of every pack is the alpha pair, the only members to breed, while the rest dedicate themselves to raising the young and supporting the group. This intricate social structure is the foundation of their extraordinary success. It allows them to coordinate complex hunts, defend vast territories, and protect their vulnerable pups from the ever-present threat of rival predators. The hunt is a breathtaking display of strategy and stamina. Wild dogs rely on relentless endurance, often running for miles at a steady pace, their lean bodies built for speed and efficiency. Unlike cheetahs who depend on explosive acceleration, wild dogs are marathoners, capable of maintaining speeds of up to 37 miles per hour for distances that can exceed 5 kilometers, wearing down their prey through sheer persistence. Their hunts begin with a careful approach. The pack fans out, testing herds of antelope, gazelle, or wildebeest, searching for any sign of weakness, a limp, a lagging calf, or an animal separated from the group. Communication is constant and sophisticated. High-pitched chirps, twittering calls, and subtle body signals keep the pack coordinated, allowing them to adjust tactics in real time as the chase unfolds. During the pursuit, wild dogs employ a relay system. When one dog tires, another surges forward to take the lead, ensuring that the pack's energy is always focused on the quarry. Their hunts are astonishingly successful, with some studies showing a kill rate of up to 80%, far higher than lions or leopards. After the takedown, the entire pack feeds together, with little of the infighting seen in other carnivores. Yet, life is never easy. The African wild dog's world is fraught with danger, not only from their prey but from formidable competitors like lions and hyenas, who covet their kills and threaten their very survival. Lions, the apex predators of the savanna, will kill wild dogs on sight, while spotted hyenas use their numbers and brute strength to steal food and harass the pack. When faced with a solitary hyena, the pack's unity becomes its greatest weapon. Working together, they can drive off much larger adversaries through relentless harassment and coordinated attacks. But when outnumbered by a large hyena clan, even the wild dog's teamwork is not enough. They are forced to abandon their hard-won meals, a harsh reality of life in the wild. The dangers are not limited to land. In one dramatic encounter, a pack chased a hyena to a river's edge, only for a lurking crocodile to strike, an ever-present reminder that peril comes from every direction in the African wilderness. The pack's devotion extends to its youngest members. Pups are born in a carefully chosen den, hidden from prying eyes and guarded around the clock by vigilant adults. Even leopards, masters of stealth, are not immune to the pack's wrath. An angry group can force a leopard up a tree, but the tables may turn if a wild dog strays too far from the safety of its family. The wild dog's survival hinges on unity. Every member, from the smallest pup to the oldest adult, relies on the collective strength and vigilance of the group. After a successful hunt, the pack returns to the den, where adults regurgitate meat for the pups and for any guardians who stayed behind, a remarkable act of selflessness and cooperation. Every adult participates in raising the next generation, teaching the pups through play, feeding, and constant protection, ensuring the continuity of the pack's legacy. The African wild dog is more than a predator. It is a keystone species shaping the ecosystem by controlling herbivore populations and providing food for scavengers. Its story is one of resilience, intelligence, and the unbreakable power of family. In the wild tapestry of Africa, few creatures are as vital or as extraordinary as the painted wolf. In the heart of Africa, baboons stand as a testament to the power of intelligence and adaptability in the wild. These remarkable primates are not just survivors, they are strategists, constantly reading the landscape and the shifting moods of their troop. Baboons flourish across a mosaic of habitats, from the sun-baked savannas to the rugged, boulder-strewn hills. Their success is rooted in a flexible diet and a social system that is as intricate as any found in the animal kingdom. Within a troop, every member has a role. Grooming is more than hygiene. It's a language of trust, alliance, and subtle power plays. The troop's cohesion is its shield against the dangers that lurk beyond. At the center of this society stands the dominant male. His massive frame and gleaming canines are warning to rivals and predators alike. He is both protector and enforcer, ever watchful for threats. Baboons are master foragers, their nimble fingers unearthing roots, plucking fruits, and even snatching insects or small animals. Their omnivorous appetite allows them to exploit whatever the land offers, shifting their diet with the seasons and the whims of drought or plenty. Yet every meal is shadowed by risk. The troop's sharp eyes and ears are always tuned to the faintest hint of danger, a rustle in the grass, a flicker of movement on the horizon. For baboons, peril is omnipresent. A moment's distraction can mean disaster as threats emerge from every corner of their world. In the golden grass, a leopard's patience is legendary. Its dappled coat blends seamlessly with the shadows, and a single pounce can spell the end for an unwary baboon. On the open plains, cheetahs may stalk the troop, but the presence of a formidable male often tips the balance. Cheetahs, built for speed, not combat, rarely risk injury in a direct confrontation. Even water crossings are fraught with danger. The troop moves in tight formation, each leap and splash calculated, every member watching for the telltale ripple of a submerged threat. A single misstep, a young baboon slipping into the current, can draw the attention of a territorial hippopotamus or the silent, ancient menace of a Nile crocodile, whose jaws close with merciless precision. Survival is a daily calculation. The troop's safety depends on constant vigilance, coordinated movement, and the ability to read the land and each other. Numbers offer protection. By clustering together and choosing strategic vantage points, baboons create a living fortress, each individual a sentinel for the group. As dusk falls or danger looms, the troop ascends, climbing kopjes or the highest branches, seeking safety in elevation. These strongholds offer both rest and a panoramic view of the world below. From these heights, baboons scan the horizon, their senses attuned to the faintest sign of movement, a silent insurance against the night's predators. But even these refugees are not invulnerable. The wild is a place of shifting alliances and hidden dangers. Sometimes a lioness with cubs claims the same rocky outcrop, forcing the baboons to weigh the risk of proximity against the threat of descending to the ground. Every movement is a negotiation with the landscape. Baboons must know not only where to go, but where danger is most likely to strike. Their world is shaped by encounters with other predators, sometimes defensive, sometimes opportunistic, always fraught with risk and consequence. In rare moments of audacity, a lone baboon may attempt the unthinkable, like infiltrating a wild dog den under the cover of darkness to snatch a vulnerable pup. But the wild exacts a price for such boldness. The pack, relentless and united, follows the scent trail through the night, their teamwork as formidable as any baboon's cunning. When the confrontation comes, it is swift and brutal. The wild dogs reclaim their own, and the baboon pays the ultimate price, a stark reminder that in this world every gamble carries weighty consequences. These stories reveal the baboon's intelligence, daring, and adaptability, but also the harsh reality of their existence, a life where every decision can mean survival or death. In the end, baboons endure not through brute strength, but through their wits, their social bonds, and their unyielding ability to adapt, forever navigating the perilous, ever-changing tapestry of the African wild. The big five, African elephant, lion, rhino, African buffalo, and leopard, are not just icons of the African wilderness, but keystone species whose presence shapes the very fabric of their ecosystems. Each of these animals occupies a unique niche, influencing the landscape and the lives of countless other creatures. The African elephant, the largest terrestrial mammal, is a true architect of the savanna. Their immense size and strength allow them to topple trees, uproot shrubs, and carve new pathways through dense bush. This constant reshaping of the environment creates open grasslands, which in turn support vast herds of grazers like zebra, wildebeest, and antelope. Elephants are also highly social, living in matriarchal herds that communicate through low-frequency rumbles, sometimes heard miles away. An adult elephant, weighing over 6 tons, is virtually immune to predation. Calves, however, are vulnerable to lions and hyenas, and the herd's protective behavior is a marvel of cooperation. Adults will form a defensive circle around the young, trumpeting and charging at any threat. As elephants roam, their dung fertilizes the soil and disperses seeds, fostering new plant growth and supporting a web of life that includes insects, birds, and small mammals who rely on these microhabitats. The rhino, whether black or white, is a solitary grazer or browser, depending on the species. Its thick, armor-like skin and formidable horn make it a living fortress. Rhinos often share their territory with antelope and birds like oxpeckers, which feed on parasites from their skin. Their mere presence can deter predators, creating a protective buffer for smaller animals. Rhinos are creatures of habit, following ancient trails to waterholes and wallows. Their mud baths help regulate body temperature and protect against biting insects, while their grazing patterns maintain the balance between grassland and bush. The lion, Africa's only truly social big cat, lives in complex prides led by related females. Lionesses coordinate hunts with remarkable precision, using the cover of tall grass and the element of surprise to ambush prey. Their targets range from agile impala to massive buffalo, and their success is vital in regulating herbivore populations. Male lions, with their imposing manes, defend the pride's territory from rivals and protect the cubs from infanticidal intruders. Their roars echo across the plains, a warning to all who would challenge their reign. The pride's kills also provide food for scavengers like hyenas and vultures, ensuring nothing goes to waste. The African buffalo, often called Black Death, is renowned for its unpredictable temperament and formidable herd dynamics. Buffaloes form large, tightly knit groups, and when threatened, they will mob together, presenting a wall of horns to deter predators. Their collective defense can turn the tide against even the most determined lion pride. The leopard, the most elusive of the big five, is a master of stealth and adaptability. Solitary by nature, it thrives in diverse habitats, from dense forests and rocky outcrops to riverine thickets and even the outskirts of human settlements. Its rosette-patterned coat provides perfect camouflage, allowing it to stalk prey undetected. Despite being the smallest of the big five, the leopard's strength is legendary. It can haul prey twice its own weight high into the branches, safe from scavengers like lions and hyenas that prowl below. This solitary hunter is also an opportunist, feeding on everything from antelope to birds and even fish. Leopards are highly territorial, marking their range with scent and vocalizations. Their adaptability allows them to coexist with a wide array of other predators and prey, making them one of Africa's most successful carnivores. Together, the Big Five are more than just symbols. They are the living pulse of the African wild. Their interactions with each other and with countless other species, from birds that ride their backs to insects that thrive in their wake, create a dynamic, ever-changing tapestry of life. Each plays an irreplaceable role in maintaining the health, diversity, and raw majesty of their wild kingdom. In the heart of the African wild, every moment is a testament to the relentless drive of life. The Serval's explosive leap and the King Cobra's poised strike are not merely acts of survival, but living expressions of evolutionary artistry. Each movement honed by countless generations, each adaptation a silent chronicle of the challenges faced and overcome. The Serval, with its extraordinary agility and acute senses, embodies the power of specialization. Its long legs and keen hearing are not just physical traits, but the result of a perpetual arms race with its environment, a race mirrored by the king Cobra, whose venom and precision are the culmination of a different, yet equally remarkable, evolutionary journey. Their encounter is a microcosm of the wild's grand narrative, a place where every creature, from the smallest insect to the most formidable predator, is both sculptor and sculpture in the ongoing masterpiece of life. Each interaction, whether it is the calculated teamwork of a lion pride or the solitary precision of a secretary bird, serves as a vital thread in the fabric of the ecosystem. These moments are not isolated. They are interconnected, forming a complex web where the fate of one species ripples outward, shaping the destinies of many others. The predator's pursuit and the prey's escape are not acts of cruelty or mercy, but essential forces that drive adaptation, resilience, and renewal. The cycle of life and death, played out in endless variation, is the engine of biodiversity, ensuring that only the most adaptable thrive and that the ecosystem remains balanced and vibrant. The secretary bird's armored legs, the serval's spring-loaded muscles, the cobra's lethal precision, each is a solution to the same fundamental challenge: survival. These adaptations are not random, but the result of relentless selection, a testament to the ingenuity of life itself. The intricate social structures of the baboon, the stealth of the leopard, the coordinated hunts of wild dogs. These are not simply behaviors, but strategies refined by necessity. Each approach to survival is a unique answer to the challenges posed by the wild, and together they create a living mosaic of innovation and adaptation. To witness these scenes is to glimpse the raw, unfiltered reality of nature. Here, necessity is the only law, and every life is both fragile and fiercely determined. The wild is not a place of sentiment, but of profound purpose, where every action is driven by the imperative to endure and to thrive. The aftermath of a hunt is not an end, but a beginning. The remains of a fallen animal become the foundation for new life, nourishing scavengers, decomposers, and ultimately the very soil that sustains the next generation. This seamless transfer of energy and nutrients is the heartbeat of the ecosystem, a cycle that has persisted for millennia. Every carcass, every hunt, every narrow escape is a lesson in the interconnectedness of all living things. The wild is a place where nothing is wasted, and every life, no matter how brief, contributes to the greater whole. Yet this ancient balance is now under unprecedented threat. The encroachment of human development, the loss of habitat, and the pressures of a changing climate are testing the resilience of even the most adaptable species. The future of these wild places, and the extraordinary creatures that call them home, hangs in the balance. To protect the African wild is to safeguard not just individual animals, but the intricate relationships and timeless processes that sustain life itself. It is a responsibility that extends beyond borders and generations, demanding both respect and stewardship. The African wilderness stands as a living archive of nature's greatest achievements, a place where speed and venom, strength and strategy coexist in a perpetual dance. It is a realm of resilience, where every sunrise brings new challenges and new triumphs, and where the story of life is written anew each day. In the serval's leap and the cobra's strike, we find not just the struggle for survival, but the enduring spirit of life itself. The lessons of the wild are clear: adaptation, balance, and respect for the interconnectedness of all things. As we look to the future, may we honor this legacy, ensuring that the wild's testament to life endures for generations yet to come. Across the vast African savanna, life is woven into a delicate web, every strand connecting predator to prey, plant to grazer, and scavenger to survivor. Here, the tall grasses sway not just in the wind, but under the watchful gaze of grazers like zebras and wildebeest. They feast on the abundant vegetation, transforming sunlight into muscle and movement, becoming the heartbeat of the plains. But the story does not end with the grazers. Shadows lurk at the edge of the herd, lions, cheetahs, and hyenas, each finely tuned to exploit the opportunities that the savanna provides. The lion's ambush, the cheetah's sprint, and the hyena's calculated endurance are not isolated strategies, but responses to the abundance and behavior of their prey. Every successful hunt reshapes the balance, culling the weak and ensuring the health of the herd. Above, vultures circle in patient anticipation, their keen eyesight scanning for the aftermath of the chase. When a predator brings down its quarry, the feast is shared by many. Jackals, marabou storks, and beetles all take their turn, ensuring that nothing is wasted. Even the bones and hide return to the earth, nourishing the soil and sparking the growth of new grass. Small creatures play their part too. Termites break down fallen wood, enriching the ground for future generations of plants. In turn, aardvarks and mongooses hunt these insects, their digging sculpting the landscape and creating homes for other animals. This web is ever-shifting, sensitive to the smallest change. A decline in one species sends ripples throughout the ecosystem, altering the fortunes of many. The rise of one predator might mean the fall of another. The absence of grazers could starve the land of its vitality. In the African savanna, every life is a thread in this living tapestry. Each interaction, each meal, and each narrow escape binds the community together, maintaining the fragile equilibrium that has endured for ages. The food web is not merely a chain of survival, it is the foundation of the wild's enduring resilience, a testament to the intricate harmony that sustains life beneath the endless sky. As the sun dips below the horizon and the savanna's golden grasses fade into blue-grey shadows, a new chapter of life awakens. The world transforms under the veil of night, where silence is an illusion, and every whisper in the darkness tells a story. With the fading light, the serval emerges. Slender and spotted, this feline prowls through the tall grass, its oversized ears swiveling with uncanny precision. Every rustle, every chirp is a clue. Pausing, the serval listens. Then, with a sudden leap, it pounces, snatching an unsuspecting rodent or grasshopper from its hiding place. Its hunt is a ballet of patience and agility, perfectly attuned to the nocturnal world. Elsewhere, the savanna's snakes glide silently across the cooling earth. The African rock python, the night adder, and the sand boa each employ their own strategies, some lying in wait, others actively searching for prey. Their movements are almost invisible, their presence betrayed only by the faintest ripple in the sand or the subtle brush of scales against dry leaves. But the night belongs to more than hunters, spring hares bound across open spaces, their powerful legs launching them away from danger. Owls, with silent wings and unblinking eyes, patrol the skies in search of movement below. In the undergrowth, bush babies leap from branch to branch, their cries echoing softly in the darkness. The air is alive with sound. Crickets chirp, frogs croak, and insects hum in a chorus that fills the night. For every predator, there is prey. For every shadow, a story of survival. The savanna never truly sleeps. Instead, it breathes in the cool darkness, its rhythms and dramas continuing beneath the stars. Here, under the cover of night, the web of life endures. Unseen by the day, the nocturnal creatures of the savanna play their vital roles. Each step, each leap, and each silent glide, another thread in nature's endless tapestry. In the heart of the savanna, survival is a game of wit and instinct. As predators like the serval and king cobra prowl the darkness, their prey must rely on a suite of remarkable adaptations to stay one step ahead. Take the African grass mouse. Small and seemingly defenseless, it has evolved an acute sense of hearing, able to detect the faintest rustle of a serval's paw or the subtle slither of a snake. At the slightest hint of danger it freezes, blending seamlessly with the shadows, its fur matching the muted tones of the earth. Nearby, the bushveld gerbil employs a different tactic. Agile and alert, it constructs intricate tunnel networks beneath the ground, complete with multiple exits. These hidden highways allow it to vanish in an instant, escaping both the pouncing serval and the stealthy advance of a king cobra. Some prey rely on chemical defenses. The African crested rat, for example, chews on toxic bark and applies the poison to its fur, deterring even the most determined snake from making a meal of it. Others, like the spring hare, trust in speed and unpredictability. With powerful hind legs, it launches itself into erratic zigzag leaps, confusing any predator that relies on a straight-line chase. Each movement is a calculated gamble, a desperate sprint towards safety. Even the tiniest insects have their own strategies. The click beetle can snap its body, launching itself high into the air to escape a hunting serval or an inquisitive snake. Its sudden, unpredictable movement buys precious seconds to find cover. These are the silent battles waged each night. In the endless contest between hunter and hunted, innovation is survival. Through camouflage, cunning, and clever defenses, the prey of the savanna have become masters of evasion, proving that in nature's grand design, every challenge is met with an answer. As darkness deepens over the savanna, an ancient game of hide-and-seek unfolds. Here, camouflage and stealth are the greatest allies, tools wielded not only by prey but by predators as well. Beneath the acacia's shadow, a serval melts into the tall grass, its spotted coat breaking up its outline. Each step is measured and silent, paws cushioned by fur to muffle sound. The serval's body becomes part of the landscape, invisible to all but the keenest eyes. With every flick of its tail, it waits, blending perfectly until the opportune moment arrives. Not far away, a nightjar rests motionless on the ground. Its mottled feathers mimic the textures of dried leaves and loose earth, rendering it nearly impossible to spot. This is its shield against danger, remaining unseen as predators pass within inches, none the wiser to its presence. For the prey, camouflage is often the first and last line of defense. The African grass mouse is cloaked in earth-toned fur, vanishing against the soil the instant it freezes in place. In the moonlight, a herd of impala seems to dissolve into the dappled shadows, their tan coats echoing the colors of the savanna scrub. But predators, too, are masters of disguise. The puff adder, with its patterned scales, lies coiled and motionless among fallen leaves. It waits, patient and concealed, until an unsuspecting rodent draws near. The king cobra, its scales glistening with muted browns and greens, glides silently through the undergrowth, invisible until it strikes. Camouflage is more than color, it is movement, posture, and patience. It is the art of vanishing in plain sight, of becoming a whisper on the wind or a shadow in the grass. In this nocturnal theatre, survival belongs to those who master the art of invisibility. Predator and prey alike locked in a silent contest, where the unseen often decides the outcome. As the moon glides across the sky, the savanna tells a story not just of night and day, but of shifting seasons. Here every creature's fate is tied to the pulse of rain and drought, the ebb and flow of plenty and scarcity. With the arrival of the rains, the grasslands burst into lush green life. Servals, once careful and calculated in the parched months, now move with newfound confidence. Their prey multiplies as insects and rodents emerge from hiding, and the serval's hunts become more frequent, each leap powered by the promise of abundance. But as the dry season returns, the transformation is stark. Waterholes shrink and grass yellows beneath the unyielding sun. The serval's world contracts, and each hunt demands more patience, more cunning. Every movement is calculated, for hunger sharpens both predator and prey. For the king cobra, the wet season brings opportunity. Amphibians and small mammals gather around swollen streams, drawing the serpent from its secret lairs. Gliding through dense undergrowth, the cobra's movements are dictated by the rhythm of rainfall and the shifting patterns of its prey. As the earth hardens and water vanishes, the king cobra retreats into cool burrows, conserving energy until the rains return. Its patience is a testament to survival, waiting, watching, enduring. All across the savanna, the great cycle plays out. Wildebeest migrate in vast numbers, their hooves pounding the earth in search of greener pastures. Lions and wild dogs follow, adapting their strategies to the shifting herds. Even the smallest creatures, mice, birds, and insects, adjust their lives to the changing tides of the seasons. In this world, survival is never static. Each rainfall and drought brings new challenges and new opportunities. The savanna's inhabitants have learned to read the signs. Clouds on the horizon, the scent of rain on the wind, the whisper of dry grass in the heat. It is a dance as old as time itself, where every life is shaped by the rhythm of the seasons. Across the vast mosaic of the savanna, it is not only the seasons that shape the destiny of its inhabitants, but the unpredictable whims of climate and weather. For the serval, each day brings a new challenge as shifting winds and sudden storms rewrite the rules of survival. The serval's acute hearing, an evolutionary marvel, becomes its first defense against the capricious elements. On days when thunder rumbles and rain lashes the plains, the serval adapts, using the cover of dense clouds and softened earth to stalk its prey unseen. Yet heavy downpours can blur the scent trails it relies upon, forcing the serval to hone its eyes and ears, learning to read the trembling of grass and the faintest rustle in the undergrowth. During prolonged droughts, when the sky withholds its mercy, the serval's world narrows, water sources dwindle and prey grows scarce, pushing the feline to travel greater distances under the relentless sun. Here, survival is an intricate game of energy and risk. Every hunt must be calculated, every movement weighed against exhaustion and dehydration. The serval's lithe frame slips between shadows, conserving precious moisture by seeking shelter during the hottest hours, emerging only when the air cools and the chance of ambush increases. For the king cobra, the dance with weather is equally complex. High humidity and warm rains awaken a chorus of amphibians, drawing the serpent from its hidden lairs. The cobra's tongue flickers, tasting the charged air, mapping the world by scent and subtle changes in temperature. But when fierce winds sweep across the land, scattering leaves and masking the vibrations of its prey, the king cobra must rely on patience, waiting motionless as the storm passes, conserving energy for the next silent strike. Extended dry spells pose their own dangers. With shrinking waterholes and parched earth, the king cobra's prey becomes elusive, retreating underground or clustering in dwindling pockets of moisture. The serpent adapts by slowing its metabolism, moving only when absolutely necessary and seeking refuge in the cool earth to escape the punishing heat. In these moments, survival hinges on restraint and resilience, a mastery of waiting for the right moment to emerge. In this ever-shifting world, the serval and king cobra are united by their ability to sense, adapt, and endure the fickle moods of weather and climate. Every gust of wind, every drop of rain, every wave of heat is a signal, a call to change tactics, to evolve. Through their silent, instinctive responses to the savanna's unpredictable pulse, these remarkable predators reveal the true artistry of survival, not in dominance but in the endless, intricate dance with the elements themselves. Beneath the open skies of the savanna, a hidden world pulses, one that remains invisible to the human eye but is brought vividly to life through the extraordinary senses of its most elusive hunters. For the serval, sight and sound are not merely tools, they are gateways to a realm of information where every whisper of grass and flicker of movement tells a story. With eyes larger than most cats its size, the serval can spot the smallest twitch of a rodent's ear from meters away, even in the dim light of dawn and dusk. Its oversized ears, rotating like finely tuned radar dishes, capture the faintest rustle, the heartbeat of a mouse beneath the soil, the skitter of an insect across brittle leaves. In the stillness, the Serval's world is alive with signals, invisible trails, subtle vibrations, and the electric tension of possibility. For the King Cobra, the landscape is mapped not with sight, but with scent and vibration. Flickering its tongue, the cobra gathers invisible molecules from the air, decoding the chemical language of its world. Each flick is a question, each scent a clue: prey, predator, mate, or rival. The ground itself becomes a canvas of vibrations. Every footstep, every scurry, every distant rumble is translated through the cobra's jawbones into a symphony of opportunity and danger. Even in the darkness, the king cobra navigates with unerring precision, guided by an ancient instinct and a tapestry of sensory cues. These predators live in a dimension beyond human perception, attuned to subtleties that shape every decision, every hunt, every heartbeat. Their survival depends not only on strength or speed, but on a profound sensitivity to the world's hidden messages. In the Savanna's eternal twilight, where shadows blur and silence reigns, the Serval and King Cobra reveal a truth. To thrive in nature's grand design is to see what others cannot, to hear what goes unspoken, and to move in harmony with the rhythms that most will never sense. Here, in the unseen world of perception, the true mastery of survival is found, not in what is visible, but in the art of knowing the invisible. Beneath the golden haze of the Savanna, a silent rivalry unfolds, a relentless contest where every predator, from the cunning leopard to the relentless hyena, vies for supremacy. Here, competition is woven into the very fabric of survival. Each hunter carves out its territory, marking invisible boundaries with scent and sound, yet the lines are often crossed, and conflict is inevitable. A pride of lions feasts on a fresh kill, but the air is thick with anticipation. Circling at a distance, a pack of hyenas waits, their eyes glinting with opportunity. With practiced patience, they close in, voices rising in eerie chorus. The lions bristle, baring teeth, but the hyenas press their advantage, strength in numbers against the king's power. The balance teeters, a test of will and endurance, until the lions, sated or outmatched, relinquish their prize. The victors claim the remains, but their triumph is fleeting. Vultures spiral overhead, ready to descend at the first sign of weakness. Elsewhere, a solitary cheetah crouches low, muscles coiled, eyes locked on an unsuspecting gazelle. But as she sprints, a shadow streaks across the plains, a leopard, equally hungry, drawn by the commotion. The gazelle escapes, and now predator faces predator, neither willing to risk injury for a meal that's already vanished. In these brief encounters, the Savanna's law is clear. Survival favors not just the strong, but the adaptable and the astute. Even the smallest predators are drawn into the fray. Jackals skulk at the periphery, snatching scraps, always wary of the larger hunters. Caracoles and servals stake their claim in the tall grass, their rivalry silent but fierce, each one testing the other's resolve in a world where even the shadows compete for dominance. Here, cooperation is rare, and alliances are fleeting. Every interaction, every stolen meal, every contested territory is a chapter in the ongoing saga of competition. For the predators of the Savanna, victory is never absolute, only borrowed until the next challenger arrives. In this ancient arena, survival is not just about the hunt, but about outwitting, outlasting, and outmaneuvering the rivals that lurk in every shadow. Amidst the relentless competition of the Savanna and the forests, the story of survival is not just written in the hunt, but in the quiet persistence of life's renewal. For the serval, Africa's lithe and elusive feline, the cycle begins in the shelter of tall grasses. Here, a female serval, solitary and secretive, prepares a hidden nest. After a gestation of roughly 2.5 months, she brings forth a litter, usually 2 or 3 kittens, each blind and utterly dependent. In these first vulnerable weeks, the mother is both guardian and provider, rarely straying far from her young. She brings them small prey, teaching through gentle play and patient demonstration. As weeks turn to months, the kittens' spots darken, their limbs lengthen, and their curiosity grows. Gradually, the lessons become more demanding: stalking, pouncing, the art of the silent leap. By 6 months, the young servals begin to hunt on their own, and soon after they are ready to claim their place in the world, solitary wanderers destined to repeat the ancient cycle. In the tangled undergrowth of Asian and African forests, another story unfolds, one of scales and silent power. The king cobra, largest of all venomous snakes, begins life in a carefully constructed nest. Unlike most reptiles, the female king cobra is a vigilant mother, coiling her massive body around the eggs to guard them from predators. For up to 3 months she remains near, fiercely protective. When the eggs finally hatch, slender hatchlings emerge, already equipped with potent venom and innate caution. Alone from their first breath, the young cobras must fend for themselves, learning to hunt and evade threats. Over the years, each shed of skin marks a milestone, a silent testament to growth and endurance. Maturity brings new challenges: the search for a mate, the delicate dance of courtship, and the promise of another generation. For both Serval and king cobra, the journey from birth to adulthood is fraught with danger, shaped by instinct and the unyielding rhythms of the wild. In these cycles, hidden in grass and shadow, in den and nest, the Savanna's future is quietly forged. Life endures, not only through strength or cunning, but through the enduring promise of renewal, generation after generation. Even as the Serval and the king cobra carve out their destinies, their journey is fraught with threats that lurk beyond the reach of instinct and agility. The savanna and forest are not just arenas of opportunity, but landscapes of unpredictable peril. For the Serval, each day is a delicate balance between hunter and hunted. Lions, leopards, and hyenas prowl the same grasses, their presence a constant shadow, a careless step, a moment's distraction, and the Serval may become prey instead of predator. Even the sky holds danger. Martial eagles, with talons sharp as daggers, scan the land below for the telltale movement of a young, unwary cat. For the king cobra, the undergrowth is alive with silent threats. Monitor lizards, wild boar, and even other snakes pose a mortal risk to vulnerable eggs and hatchlings. As the cobra matures, territorial battles with rivals are fierce and unforgiving, each encounter a test of strength and venom. Yet it is not only fellow creatures that test their resilience. The elements themselves can turn hostile without warning. Raging wildfires sweep across the grasslands, forcing both serval and snake into desperate retreats. Torrential rains transform dry earth into rivers, flooding dens and nests, scattering the young and the weak. Drought shrivels the land, draining waterholes and thinning the herds and flocks that sustain the food chain. Natural disasters roll across the landscape with impartial force, storms that flatten the tall grass, lightning that ignites the horizon, winds that strip away the fragile shelters of the wild. In these moments, survival is not a contest of claws or fangs, but of endurance and adaptability. Against these relentless adversaries, the serval and the king cobra persist. Each challenge overcome is a testament to the quiet strength that pulses beneath their stealth and speed. In the face of nature's fury, their will to endure becomes the ultimate triumph, a promise that, even in the harshest seasons, life can find a way.